Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all healthy and safe. So I have something new to review today. This is the F-Wheel DYU D3 Plus. So as you can see, this is a tiny bike. That's very useful in Hong Kong because in Hong Kong we have really small space. We don't have those huge houses that a lot of Americans and Canadians might have. So I need something this small that will fit into my apartment. So this whole thing weighs under 40 pounds. So I can hold it up with one arm and walk around like this for a little bit. I mean, not too long, maybe 5 minutes. And as you can see, it's not that tall. I'm 5'9", and this thing's barely a little bit below my hip. You can shrink it to make it a little bit smaller by pulling on this handle like this. And then the entire handlebar comes on like this. You can also remove the seat wheel, just like this. These pedals also fold in, so once you've folded it like that, it becomes even smaller. This thing will fit into any trunk and even into your maybe small closet space. So despite the fact that you can take it apart relatively easily, this thing is pretty sturdy. Like the seat, for example. I was a little bit concerned riding this thing because, I'm getting kind of fat. I weigh almost 200 pounds now, which is really heavy for a Chinese Asian person. But I can sit on it and it's fine. Like, I was worried it was gonna snap, but it's fine. And it's actually cushioned and with shock resistance. So that means when I go over bumps, it actually has a little bit of give. It bounces up and down a little bit. So it saves my ass from getting sore, basically. Likewise with this handlebar. Once you snap everything on, it is really sturdy. Now, of course, the reason I'm reviewing this is because this is a gadget. This is not just a standard foldable bike. This is actually an electric bike. The engine is right here. The motor, 250 watt motor, and it powers this bike to go up to 24 kilometers per hour. That's about 15 miles per hour. Now that's if you're a little bit lighter. For me, because I'm probably pushing the max weight for this, for my testing yesterday, I took it all around Hong Kong. I was only able to get up to 22 kilometers per hour. So 2 kilometers short of the advertised speed. But I'm heavy. If you're a bit lighter than me, you'll be able to get 24. Charging is done by this little port right here. It comes with this little brick. To charge from 10% to battery full takes about an hour and a half. And once you charge it full, it can go 36 kilometers total. So that means you can ride this for 36 kilometers before the battery will die out. Now the good thing about this bike is, if the battery die out, you can still ride this like a normal bike. So this is both a standard normal bike, meaning you just pedal to ride, or you can ride it like an electric bike, and you have two ways to ride it as an electric bike too. You can still pedal if you want, and the motor will give you assistance. So that means you don't have to pedal as hard to go as fast or as far. The other way is right here. There's a little handle here that you pull back, and this will accelerate like not quite a motorcycle, like a moped, a scooter. And you see the handlebar, it's a little bit smaller than usual, but it's still okay for me to hold. You have a power switch right here, so you just need to turn it on. You have a little honk button here. So this will be neat if you ride in the city. And you have a little speedometer right here. That will show you how fast you're going. And you can change to different modes. Now the modes only apply to you if you want to ride it like an electric bike. So you can set how much power it's put in. So that means if you set it to the minimum, then you'll still ride like a normal bike but get a little bit of assistance. Or you can switch to high, then you just have to pedal once and you go quite a bit. So now you see if I twist this, it will begin to accelerate. Oh, okay, yeah. You see what I mean? If you twist it, the back wheel will begin accelerating. That was a really dumb move I did. I actually tried to do this once in Vietnam when I was riding a moped. I pulled the handle before I was on a bike, and the whole thing flipped upside down and almost landed on me. So if you want to brake, there are the traditional bicycle brakes right here, right and left. I would say they work fine if you're going at low to medium speed, but if you're going full speed, I find that it takes like almost 3 to 4 seconds before it goes to full stop. That's if you're going full speed, 24 kilometers per hour. So if you're riding at that speed, you better be damn careful and be damn basically aware of what's in front of you. If a truck is coming right outside and you're trying to press up both of these, you're not gonna stop in time, man. You're gonna hit the truck and you're gonna die. So you have to be careful, okay? Ride responsibly. This is ultimately not gonna stop as fast as a car or a motorcycle. This is ultimately, you know, like a smaller electric bike. You have to compromise a little bit. Oh, and there's also a light too. So if you press the button, you see it turns on the light. So that was very useful yesterday night when I was riding in the dark. There's also a rear light that I didn't even bother installing because Hong Kong is so bright all the time, you know. Like if I was riding in California where, you know, it gets a little bit darker, I would definitely put the rear light on so that cars can see me. But in Hong Kong I won't need it, so I didn't even install it. Okay, so ultimately, who is this bike for? Well, it's not for someone who lives in places with a lot of space. So if you live on a farm in Australia, or if you live in the middle of nowhere in rural Alabama, you won't need this bike. You can get a full-size bike or full-size electric bike that will give you a bigger wheel so you can ride a little bit smoother, give you more power, and also give you faster braking too. This is for people who live in a city. If you live in Hong Kong, you live in New York, you don't have a lot of space. You need something that can fold up to fit into a closet or just anywhere in your apartment without taking up a lot of space. And for that, I think this gets the job done. I'm a big fan of riding bikes. Whenever I go to Europe or Japan, I'm always riding. But in Hong Kong, it's very tough for me to ride because bikes are a little bit too bulky to own. So I'm glad this thing exists. And I like that it's electric. So that means if I get tired of riding, I can just use the motor to help me get to where I'm going. Now this thing sells for about $780 US dollars. So that's a little bit on the pricey side if you're just looking to get a bike for fun, like for your little kid or something. But if you are actually an adult living in a city and you just want something that will help you move around without always needing to call an Uber or a taxi, this is really nice, man. The build quality is really nice, and I believe this is the only bike on the market that gives you both like a traditional bicycle mode and a scooter mode, meaning you ride only pulling the handle. No other electric bike on the market gives you this right now. This is the only 2-in-1 on the market. So that's about it for this review. I'm gonna go for a ride, man. It's really hot just staying still, but when I'm riding, the wind's blowing in my face. It feels really damn good. So thanks for watching this video. I'm trying to cover a more diverse range of products instead of just smartphone after smartphone. So this is my first one. Next up, I might be testing like a head massager and all that. But don't worry, I'm still gonna keep on top of all the latest smartphone releases, including the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 and the Oppo Reno 4 Pro International version. I'm gonna have a review on that coming up very soon. So if you're interested in more tech content overall, please subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram at Ben's Gadget Reviews. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, stay safe and wear a mask.